So here we've got a 2006 Toyota Camry that I just bought. Now last week we had a big snow blizzard and unfortunately they got this car stuck on the highway and supposedly melted the transmission. So let's have a closer look to see what happened. Now the engine itself starts up and runs fine and it revs properly. However, the transmission is not looking good. When I check the transmission fluid, you can see how black that is. That should be a nice red color. And if I smell it, it does smell like burnt up clutch material, kind of like how my wife tells me I smell after I take apart a transmission and come inside the house. Now poking around under the hood here, this is a dealer maintained car. It's got the timing belt sticker on it as well as an original Toyota battery. Taking a look at all the fluids here, I did notice that the power steering fluid was low and that pump does make sound. But for the record, you see how red that fluid is? That's supposed to be automatic transmission fluid and what the transmission fluid is supposed to look like. Now the oil itself, it's a bit dirty. It's not low or anything. So I think the engine is pretty healthy, especially for its mileage. Now, other than being a little dirty under the hood, the car doesn't look too bad for its mileage, especially this being the middle of winter. Now coming inside of the car, beside it being a little bit dirty, it does start up. You can hear that power steering pump whining. You hear when I turn the steering, it's a little bit difficult in the beginning. But other than that, it's got 363,000 kilometers on it. I did find about $1 spare change in here, so this car is $1 cheaper than I paid for it. Now, of course, we do have a check engine light, and I've had this heater running for a little bit, and I can smell burnt transmission fluid coming through the heater itself. Anyway, so I've hooked up my tech stream, and you can see we do have a couple of codes here. We're going to focus on these current ones here. At the top, we do have an oxygen sensor and a coolant temperature sensor code. Down at the bottom here, we have the two concerning codes with the transmission. The fluid temperature sensor A circuit is low input. So something to do with probably the transmission overheating when this thing was stuck in the snow and they were trying to rock it back and forth. We've also got another one for the shift solenoid E circuit high. That's also current as well. And then we've also got another oxygen sensor code at the bottom here. So I need to try to figure out what these two codes mean and if this thing is even salvageable. Now obviously the vehicle does not shift. You can see as I put it in reverse here, it shows up as reverse there and also on the tech stream, but it does not move. I can rev the engine in reverse and we basically got neutral. Put it in drive, same thing, it does not want to move forward at all. I can rev the engine, it does not move. And also I've tried all the low gears and turning the overdrive off and we still got basically 5 neutrals here. Not looking good for this transmission. Other than that though, all the interior electronics, the radio, everything else works inside of here, and it would be definitely a salvageable car if I could get this transmission to work. Now I need you guys to drop a comment down below. What are your experiences with being stuck in the snow and blowing up transmissions? Do you guys think that this car is salvageable if I change the transmission fluid out, try some of that stop slip stuff, maybe clean out the filters and play around with the solenoids? Or do you guys think we should completely tear down and part out this car so we can rip the transmission apart to see just what happened, as well as do an engine teardown so we can see what that looks like at this high of a mileage? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos on this car. So FYI, it is pretty cold up here in Canada. It's minus 10 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you in America. It is pretty cold and I probably won't be able to film videos anytime soon.